Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody, let's go.
Good evening. Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. We got some breaking news. It's not like that breaking, but it's breaking still for me. Okay. We got some breaking news for you guys, and I want to share this with you guys really, really quick. So please do me a favor. Okay. And this revolves around the things that we've been covering with the Trump rally tragedy. I have some questions, guys. Like I always say, I got questiones, okay? I got a lot of questions, and this is some pretty crazy stuff. I'm going to ask right now, in the very beginning of the show, is there a connection? Now I'm going to say this really quick. I know what the news says, but I am kind of curious. Is there a connection? Don't worry. I'll explain later. But before we get into everything, before I explain everything, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Crush it, do what it do. All right? Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms as well. And if you are watching on other platforms or happen to be on those other platforms, please do me a favor. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, X/Twitter, and Facebook. Follow me on all those platforms. I do have the Pascal Show on all of those respective platforms. So please go follow me over there. Show some love. That'd be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button here, please, and thank you. Go and check out that join button down below simply by hitting that join button, becoming a member of the family. Also, you can also check out that Patreon, patreon.com/the Pascal Show, if you don't mind. Okay, that'd be great. And of course, check out pascalmerch.com. Go check out all of my merch and all that stuff. The store is back open again because we are starting to venture into back to school looks, and we're venturing into colder weather. So please go check out pascalmerch.com. Okay, guys. Anyway, we got to get into it. Yeah, we don't have it open during the summer because of it's all sweatshirts and long sleeve tees and stuff like that. So yeah. It's so please go check it out, okay? The store is back up in session, so check it out if you please. Anyway, guys, we got to get into this. As you guys already know, we have been covering this whole situation that's been revolving around the attempt on Trump's life, for lack of a better term. We have been covering it quite a bit. And the thing is we already know about, I'm trying to pull up his face. I thought I had it up and it's not here anymore. But we knew all about this guy's face. Let me show you what I mean. We all knew about this guy right here. Okay. TMC. Okay. And I don't mean that in a good way. I'm just saying TMC with animation. I don't know why. But moving on. We all knew about TMC, right? TMC is the person who went up there, was able to slide through, okay, to the event, get on top of the roof, on a slopey roof, take aim at the president, at the former president, and pull the trigger. Of course, someone lost their life, 2 other people were injured, and then some. There's been a lot of information that has been coming out as of late revolving around him. There's things that have been debunked, saying that he did not have any offshore accounts as far as money accounts. Okay, it's not like he was being bankrolled from some offshore account, which is something I understand. I would understand why everybody would be wanting to know about that information as well, right? But now we got some new information about somebody completely different, which is very interesting nonetheless. We got this dude now, this guy right here, Asif Merchant. He's from Pakistan. He was in America. He came into America just a few months ago before the attempt on Trump's life. And by the way, this is the part that I find to be very intriguing, okay? So just ride with me for a second. What I find to be very intriguing about this is that he was arrested the day before the attempt on Trump's life. Let that soak all the way down to your plums for a minute, babies. He was arrested on the 12th, the very day before TMC crawled up onto that roof, took aim, and of course, caused tragedies, right? Very interesting information. They're allegedly saying that this man, Asif merchant, has connections to Iran. And of course, we already know, which we are going to look at an article here in a little bit, in a little while. They talk about how the government had a heads up about an Iranian attempt or a plot to take out Trump. And this is what's interesting. They say, "Oh yeah, we bulked up security, right? We got more people involved. We bulked it up because of the alleged claims that there was going to be an attempt on Trump's life via Iran." Interesting, right? This man was arrested the day before the attempt happened. Now, I got to be this guy, so I'm going to be this guy, okay? But I'm gonna, like I said, you see Asif, right? You saw Asif. Now I'm going to show you guys again. You got this guy here too. TMC, you got Asif. Now I'm not sitting here saying, obviously they don't look like each other, right? He's definitely not from Pakistan, okay? TMC, all right? And Asif is definitely not American, and he's definitely not Caucasian from the Caucasus Mountains, okay? So I'm wondering, and I'm just asking the questions, okay? Is there a connection? Yes, I know some of you guys are going to be like, tinfoil hat, all that stuff. Hey, just grant me 2 seconds. Just grant me 2 seconds of questiones. Because this is a day before this guy gets, not this guy. Whoops. But this guy. This guy gets arrested a day before everything went down. A day before this kiddo goes up and does the unthinkable. Okay. I'm just getting that out the way right now. All right. But we do have some articles that we're going to look at. We got a news clip that we're going to look at as well. They're claiming that there is no connection. Okay. They're claiming that there is no connection. But I am quite curious if there really is. I'm sorry, but it seems a little bit of a coinky dink. Wouldn't you say? Just a little bit of a coinky dink. The day before there's an attempt on him, somebody's already arrested. And yes, I get it. There's a lot of people that want to take Trump out. There's a lot of people that want to take Biden out. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to take Harris out right now as well. And let's not forget her running mate now, Walz. Okay? I get it. But the very next day this attempt happens, very weird. You know what? Phantom, hold on. Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round, right? In that song. Anyway, I do have a Rumble, but I don't use it. I just created it because it was another platform to be on, but then I decided not to use it. But I do have it. I just don't use it. Just so you know. Maybe I'll use it. I don't know. Depends. It really depends. But moving on. All right. We got to get into this article. We got a video we're going to look at. We're not on here for a very long time. I got another show. I'm planning on doing another show this evening, but this was kind of breaking news. And obviously we have been covering all the stuff that's been going on with this attempt on Trump's life, on any political leader's life. Let's be real. But I think it's interesting that there's more added stuff, right? There's more added crap. Like a guy from Pakistan flying in around April here, asking for people, asking to get connections to people being like, will you take him out? Will you take him out? And the funny thing is as he's out here asking that question, he's actually barking up the wrong trees. In fact, he's barking up undercover agents' trees. Them posing as, yeah, you know, I might be able to take him out. Tell us your plan. Interesting, right? Don't worry, I'll explain here a little bit more. But it seems a bit odd that there's no connection to this at all whatsoever. Okay, let's go on. So Pakistani national charged with alleged plot to take out Trump, other political officials as well. Let's not forget, he had plans to not only take out Trump, he had plans to attack others. Doesn't that sound a little bit familiar? Because remember, TMC on his phone, apparently he was looking up all kinds of political leaders out here, prominent political figures in our political zeitgeist. Just so you know, I'm just laying out the equation for you guys to do the math. Okay? Take a look at that. And then take a look at the information that I've covered about TMC. He been looking them up. He was looking up not only Trump. He looked up Biden. He looked up a bunch of other names. Bunch of other big names. Okay? The director of the FBI, so on and so forth. This kid was not playing. He was looking at this Pakistani man, Asif merchant, was looking at other officials, other public officials other than just Trump. Need I say more? Is this just a coincidence? I'm going to leave it on the table for you guys. Y'all do the math. All right. Let's move on. Pakistani national with purported ties to Iran was arrested last month on charges. Last month, by the way. Not today, but they dropped the information today. Just about 3 hours ago, babies. Okay? Plotted to take out former President Donald J. Trump and multiple other public officials, according to a criminal complaint unsealed Tuesday in Brooklyn. Okay, in a Brooklyn federal court. While the criminal complaint does not mention Trump by name, multiple sources familiar with the case told ABC News, the article I'm reading here, one of the intended targets of the alleged plot was Trump. Other possible targets included government officials from both sides of the aisle. Woo! Isn't that interesting? I'm going to highlight that out for y'all so you can see the nosebleed seats. Like I said, both sides of the aisle, complete and utter anarchy if they were anywhere near successful. Okay, and this is what a source said, or sources say, all right? Now, after spending time in Iran, Asif flew from Pakistan to the U.S. to recruit hitmen to carry out the alleged plot, according to a detention memo. The person he contacted was a confidential informant, a CI, working with the FBI, according to the criminal complaint. He's dumb. Okay, thank God he's dumb. Merchant, 46, is charged with M for hire. Asif was arrested July 12th, one day prior to Trump's July 13th rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where he was hit in the ear by a pew-pew. Like, I'm just saying, guys. Okay? For years, the Justice Department has been working aggressively to counter Iran's brazen and unrelenting efforts to retaliate against American public officials for the unaliving of Iranian General Soleimani. Soleimani, I think that's how you say his last name. Attorney General Garland said in a statement. Now, the Justice Department will spare no resource to disrupt or hold accountable those who seek to carry out Iran's lethal plotting against American citizens and will not tolerate attempts by an authoritarian regime to target American public officials and endanger America's national security. Now, here's the thing. Again, of course, you're going to say like that we don't play and, we need to protect our own and so on and so forth. And which is fine. It's fine to fluffy fluff, right? It's fine with all that information. But what I find very interesting is the timeline. And then on top of it, the fact that he was looking at other public officials. Again, I am quite curious what public officials Asif Merchant was actually looking up, searching who were on his hit list. Because if the people on his hit list match the same that are on TMC's hit list, then need I say more? I know I keep saying that, but at the same time, do the math, right? Compare and contrast. Okay? And turn the page. Yeah, I don't think it's over yet, baby. Okay? I really don't think it's over. I think there's going to be more and more and more and more attempts, more and more craziness going on, more and more people trying to do stupid, crazy things, unrelenting, dangerous things. I mean, we still got, 3 months? Oh, my God, we got 3 months. But August, September, October. Yeah, I mean, 3-ish months of chaos left, right? Oh, boy. Ay, Chihuahua. So, but we going to cover it. We going to talk about it because this is what we do here. All right. We talk about everything. So do me a favor, guys. Okay. I appreciate you all being here. I know a lot of y'all have not gotten the memo. Maybe you're not getting the notification, or maybe it's just not something that tickles your fancy, and it's okay. But I appreciate you guys being here listening to the show today. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, and all that stuff as well. Let me grab this super chat here real quick. April, thank you so much. Give us the lowdown, brother. Well, that's what I'm trying to do, sweetheart. Information that you need. And also, I'm an inquisitive mother lover. I ask questiones. I ask the questions because, again, this does not make any sense. I mean, it makes sense to me, but it doesn't make any sense that they're sitting there going, oh, yeah, they say that there's no connection. Look at the information. Look how interesting, how close the situation happened. Okay? He was arrested a day before all this stuff went down at the Trump rally. You got another kid who tried to take out Trump. He Googled and was looking up other people's names as well. It wasn't just Trump. It was people on both sides of the aisle, y'all. Both of them. You're telling me there's no connection? I beg to differ, babies. I beg to mother love and differ. Let's get some, let's look at some video here right quick, because we just need some more information just shooting into our eyeballs. Let's take a look.
The FBI arresting a Pakistani national in connection with an alleged plot to assassinate former President Donald Trump. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky joins me now. So what do we know about this man and what he was planning? Kira,
his name is Asif Merchant, and he entered the United States, according to federal prosecutors in Brooklyn, in April. And while he was here in the United States, he made phone calls trying to hire hitmen to carry out his alleged scheme to assassinate government officials on U.S. soil. The criminal complaint does not mention former President Trump by name, but multiple sources familiar with this case say one of the intended targets was former President Trump. The hitmen that Asif Merchant allegedly contacted ended up being confidential sources of the FBI. So,
okay, CIs, like I just read to you guys, this man Asif did not know how to pick out, somebody who was an informant and somebody who is, out there wanting to do bad. Okay, he couldn't figure out the difference. Which, thank God, he's dumb, and thank God that they were able to finesse him in the way that they did. But at the same time, there's so much information here that's going to be popping off here in a second. It's shocking, the information here. But again, I keep asking, There's no connection with this whole thing that happened on the 13th. Real talk, zero. We're going to talk more.
There was never any real danger here because it seems the feds were onto this man from the start. They followed him for several months and arrested him July 12th, just before he was about to board a flight and leave the country.
Interesting that this is the day, again, the day before everything goes down. He was about to board a flight. Why did he need to run? Why was he trying to leave the day before what happened on the 13th? I'm just saying, we all have brains. Y'all are so brilliant out there in these streets. Use your brain. Just for a second. Think about it for just a second. He's jumping into a plane to kick rocks and leave the country the day before ish hits the fan on the 13th. Is that a convenience? Or no? Let me roll that back a little bit because he said something else that I want to get here too.
Being confidential sources of the FBI. So there was never any real danger here because it seems the feds were onto this man from the start. They followed him for several months and arrested him July 12th.
So they knew about this guy for months, y'all. Now, I know some people might sit there and go, oh, it's the border. Look at that. It's the border. Well, not really, guys. Not really. Because there's plenty of people that come into America and they have like a visa of some sort, a temporary visa of some sort, and they're able to come into America legally. I don't think that this guy, this is just me saying this out loud. I mean, I may be completely wrong, but what I'm getting here seems like he jumped on a plane, he flew in, he did his thing, but he had a visitation, like a visitor's visa. You know what I'm saying? For lack of a better term, I think that's the term. I forget these things, but you know what I'm saying. I think he came in. They're like, hey, are you here for business or pleasure? He probably was like, I'm here for pleasure. Boom. They let him go. Went through customs, all that stuff. Travel visa. Thank you. To me, it sounds like exactly tired as a mother. Exactly. Yes. Thank you so much. This from downtown. Thank you so much. Tired as a mother. But yes, a travel visa. Now, I know some people go, oh, yeah, it's just border stuff. Well, we don't know anything yet. We don't know about that. Okay, let me just say that. We don't know about that. So instead of us automatically going, oh, it's the border. What are you talking about? He hopped on a plane. He flew in. He was able to get in somehow. My assumption is a travel visa. And then he turned around. He left. It's not like he stayed. If he was really trying to stay, he would have stayed. He was trying to get his stuff. He was trying to kick rocks and go back. But he came in here for a mission. And his mission was to try to get somebody to be there to do what they needed to do, take out Trump, other public officials, and so on. So I think instead of having everybody staring at him going like, if he came in illegally, I think he came in with a travel visa and they just let him in. He didn't look suspicious, didn't come off any type of way. Look at the dude, Doesn't seem very assuming. But that's what they want, right? Am I right? He looks like a Pakistani version of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He's just like, hey, howdy, neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Unassuming at all. Totally unassuming, right? So that's what I think. I don't think it's a border thing or anything of that sort. That's just what I truly believe in my heart of hearts. I could be wrong. When we get more information and they say, oh, yeah, he came in here illegally and so on and so forth, then I will stand here and I go, my bad, guys. I was wrong. My thought is this was a travel visa. He came in. He wanted to come in here really not super detected, if that makes any sense. So he came in and he came here for a mission. looking for somebody or people that were willing to do this unthinkable thing. Then the 12th, he jumps onto, hey, he does look like Mr. Bean. Yeah, Mr. Bean. Yes, he does look like Mr. Bean too. Okay. But the day before everything goes down, he jumps onto a plane and fly, or he's trying to jump on a plane and fly, and they catch him. That just seems odd. And then the very next day, hell breaks loose. Weird. Weird, guys. Just saying. Weird. Just weird. Okay.
Just before he was about to board a flight
Exactly.
and leave the country. Kira, the arrest July 12th, you'll note, is one day before former President Trump's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, when there was an attempt on the former president's life, although these two things are not believed to be connected.
I call horse manure. I call horse manure. I call crap. Sorry, not sorry. I call crap. No connection at all. The very next day, this kid comes out and does what he does. You don't think that he was having conversations with somebody? This could not have been. I mean, yes, there's still a possibility that this kid just was on one and just wanted to do this all willy-nilly by his doggone self. But I'm telling you right now, no, this is too much of a coincidence. The dots are connecting too well. Okay, these Lego parts, this puzzle, these pieces of the puzzle are fitting too nicely together, too snug for you to sit here and just go, oh yeah, there's no connection. Sorry. No disrespect to the reporter. He's just reporting the news. I just don't think they want us to know. That's just what I think. But moving on, let's hear the rest.
All right, so no evidence in any way, shape, or form that they could have shared information or were connected in any way. Two separate incidents at this point.
So it seems, Kira, that the FBI has said they found no connection between Thomas Crooks, the 20-year-old who took a shot at Trump in Pennsylvania, and any foreign operatives. But we did learn, subsequent to the rally and the assassination attempt, that the Secret Service had made adjustments to the security plan for the rally because of a thinking that Iran did have this desire to go after former President Trump. Perhaps now we know what gave them that indication. Perhaps this is one of the reasons why those security adjustments were made.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. All right, let's bring his face back in this mug. All right. So they say, oh, this could have given them insight because sure, he was arrested the day before everything went down. Sure, he could have said, yes, there's a plan to, I work for Iran, and there was a plan. I'm here to try to take out Trump, and there was a whole plot, so on and so forth. I get that. Okay, I get that 110%. Hence the reason why they came out with this article right here. Or one of the articles, and this was 3 days after everything went down, talking about, oh yeah, there was there was an Iranian plot to take out Trump. Okay, separate from weekend attempt. They're saying it's separate, but I still beg to differ now. Okay, because of how close everything went down. The White House continues to track threats by Iran against former Trump administration officials, but law enforcement officials have not identified ties between. This is, by the way, I'm sorry, just so you guys know, this was written on the 16th of July. So this is going back a few weeks. All right. But again, the White House continues to track threats by Iran against former Trump administration officials, but law enforcement officials have not identified ties between Saturday's attempted takeout of Trump and any foreign officials, according to a statement Tuesday by the National Security Council. CNN reported that the Secret Service had beefed up security for Trump in recent weeks, and I think that's a lie, okay, because the Secret Service has been just straight up been lying, okay, but they say that they beefed up security for Trump in recent weeks after intelligence showed Iran had been plotting to take him out. So this is very interesting. Now, yes, very much. This could very well be what it is and why they beefed up. Specifically, they had a guy that they had arrested the day before, he said, hey, like you were planning on trying to take out Trump? And he probably said, yes. Right. And then they said, okay, we got to beef this whole thing up. But they still were able to drop the ball in the way that they did. If you beef up security, how's that possible? How's it possible that this kid, okay, this snot-nosed kid with zero experience whatsoever, 20 years old, doesn't even know the touch of a woman, would be able to successfully sneak through all law enforcement, local, federal, and state, undetected, get on top of a roof and do what he did? I'm telling you right now, this man did not operate alone. I'm not going to sit here and say that there was 3 shooters, because I know that there's all these people out here saying, oh, there was more than just one. Nah, there's only one, and it's him. But I do think that he did not operate alone. That's what I truly believe. Then on top of it, you have this guy again, and pull up his mug too. He's here, gets arrested the day before. There's no connection. So you're telling me, again, I'm sorry for trying to drill this home, but I'm just trying to talk to my people, to my fam. Logically speaking, you're telling me this kid woke up one day and said, I feel like shooting Trump. Somebody tell me that's not true. Come on. He didn't wake up one day and say, you know what, I just feel like doing something. No, I don't agree. I don't believe that. Yes, that's possible with very unbelievable tragedies where people just walk into malls and open fire and all that stuff. But you're telling me that he just woke up one day and said, yep, today's the day. I'm going to go to this place and I'm going to go on this roof. I'm going to set up all this stuff. I'm going to use a drone. I'm going to live stream that drone footage. I'm going to do some recon work on the location. And then I'm going to sneak in and do all of this. And this is all on his novice experience because he played a couple Call of Duty games. Come on, guys. I'm sorry. No, there's got to be a connection here. There's got to be a connection. Okay? There's got to be a connection. It just doesn't make sense, guys. It just doesn't. I got another video for you guys. Let's take a look at that too.
Turning now to a major announcement by Attorney General Merrick Garland this afternoon. The Department of Justice has indicted a Pakistani national who has ties to Iran for allegedly plotting to assassinate government officials on American soil. A senior law enforcement official tells NBC News the former President Trump was one of the potential targets of the foiled plot. According to the indictment unsealed today, Asif Merchant spent time in Iran before traveling to the U.S., where he tried to hire a pair of hitmen to carry out the assassination plot. The hitmen, however, were actually undercover law enforcement officers. Attorney General Garland said today that there is no evidence of any links between this plot and the attempted assassination of the former president last month in Pennsylvania.
I really do think that there is a connection here, without a doubt. There's some stuff that's here later on in this video that I want to share with you guys. And it's when this guy speaks here. So I want to share that with you guys. I just don't agree. And, if the attorney general, is sitting here saying, oh, yeah, if there's no connection. No, I think that they're not telling us the truth. I just don't think that they're telling us the truth. And I hope that we're all wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that these were two completely separate incidents. But it just, something just not right, guys. Something's just not right.
The day before Donald Trump was shot in Butler, Pennsylvania, as he was trying to leave the country. But as you said, officials are stressing there is no connection. That's just a bizarre coincidence. But what is true, according to court documents, is that this man who had ties to Iran and was a Pakistani national came to the United States in April with the intention of orchestrating this elaborate murder for hire plot. And the first person he talked to about it either was or ended up being a confidential source for the FBI. So basically turn him in right away. And after that, the FBI began a sting operation. And as you said, introduced him to people he thought were hitmen, but were actually undercover law enforcement agents. And so they have the whole thing recorded. They have evidence. They have a cocktail napkin with part of the scheme. What he said was he wanted them to steal information from a particular target. He wanted them to gin up protests in certain areas, and he wanted them to assassinate a politician, not named in this criminal complaint, but we're told by a senior official that among the potential targets was Donald Trump. Because
now I'm going to be real. I'm sorry, but if I was that other unnamed public figure, may you be, I don't care. I'd be like, is my name on that list? I want to know. Because if I am on that list, I want to make sure that I got enough security, having my back. But the fact that it's not a disclosed name, that's fine. It's redacted for us. But for that particular person, you for damn sure better find out, homie. You better find out if that's okay. But at the same time, this is it's so odd and so wild to me because they had a cocktail napkin with a plan, like he was going to great lengths to try to take out Trump and other public officials. That is wild to me, guys. That is wild. Just as wild as $1 million worth of cocaine, washing up on the shore of Miami. How convenient is that, though, right? Miami must be lit right now, okay? But left turn, but I'm just saying. Think about that for a second, right? This guy was going above and beyond, and they did a sting operation. They sat down and were like, hey, yeah, buddy, we got you. You know what I mean? Come and meet my friend Andre, and Andre and Sam. They're great at what they do, so on and so forth. He had a plan, and he was trying to exact it, but it was foiled by the FBI. Ain't that something? Let's continue. Oh, and if you don't know about the yayo, look it up. It's crazy. Over $1 million worth of yayo. I'm not kidding. Because of the storm, because of the Hurricane Debbie. Yeah, a lot of cocaine. Let's move on. A lot of disco dust. Yeah.
what this is Iranian retribution for the killing of Qasem Soleimani, that Quds Force general ordered targeted killing by Donald Trump. And this is one of a string of plots already uncovered attributed to the Iranians, including an assassination plot against former National Security Advisor John Bolton and a plot against an Iranian dissident in New York City. This is the latest, and Attorney General Merrick Garland said today that he believes that we haven't heard the last of this, that the Iranians will continue this, what he called brazen and persistent plotting. But in this case, this would-be assassin or orchestrator was quickly gobbled up by the FBI, and he is now in custody.
And okay, and fantastic. Okay, that he got caught, and his whole plan was foiled. Okay, thwarted by FBI. And that's great. I'm happy about that. Real talk, happy. But at the same time, is he the only one? Aside from Thomas Matthew Crooks, aside from him, is he the only one? Because you're telling me he only operated alone. He flew out, he came in here, and he's doing all this operation himself? What about other people that flew in on travel visas, sitting there saying, hey, I'm here to, I'm just here for, for some fun, ooh, 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 see America, talk to American chicks, he comes in. You're telling me he's the only one? There's got to be more. There's got to be more. There's got to be more. I'm sorry. There's got to be more, Just like everybody else that found out about that, about the $1 million worth of yayo just coming up on the shores of Miami right now. Everybody's out there just waiting for another package to just float up. Anytime now, buddies. Anytime. It's coming. They're coming soon. You know what I mean? So I don't know about you guys. all I'm saying is when it comes to this and getting the information that we've heard here so far, I beg to differ that this is the only person that was operating solo dolo, doing God knows what. And then on top of that, the day before, this guy gets arrested before everything hits the fan. It just does not math right for me. It does not sit right in my soul. I could be absolutely 110% wrong, okay? I could be. This could very well just be a coincidence. And let me tell you this again. Yes, sure, there are plenty of people that have thought about or have been plotting taking out some public official, especially people that are as polarizing as the people who are trying to run for the president of these United States, okay? Plenty of people would like to take them out. Sure, I get that, okay? But it just seems a bit odd that they both, around the same time, were plotting to do the same thing. Why? Why? And why are they not connecting the dots? Are they saying that they know, but they don't want us to know because they don't want us to get upset? Can't talk. They don't want us to get upset. That's the ongoing question I have here too. Because like I said, the math just truly is not mathing for me right now. There's got to be some sort of link here. It may not be straight ahead. It may not be a direct link, but there could be a 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon here going on, which connects him to TMC. But I guess the only time will tell. Okay? Only time will tell. And hopefully we find out very, very soon. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really does mean a lot. It was a short one. Like I said, some big information I wanted to break down with you guys, talk to you guys about it, because it just doesn't make sense to me. And maybe you guys will make sense of it as you guys watch it. I just laid out the equation. Hopefully you guys can do the math yourselves. Maybe we can figure something out. You know what I mean? Beautiful Messy Ball said something is not right. Yep, something ain't right to me either. And I'm not wearing a tinfoil hat. I'm just thinking with common sense. Literally, I'm not going, aliens. They be aliens. Nope. Common sense, right? Common sense. So I may be back on again, guys, in a little bit, okay? I may be back on. It just depends. Got a few things I got to take care of over here, but I appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, it was going to be a short show. Do me a favor, hit that like button down below real quick. That would be amazing. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. That would be greatly appreciated. Do not forget to hit that follow button if you're watching on Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Show some love over there. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button here on my main channel. Go over to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Show some love over there by hitting that join button, simply by hitting that subscribe button over there. Hit that join button down below here, okay? Become a member and check out my Patreon. Patreon.com/The Pascal Show, and check out PascalMerch.com. Store doors are open. Go check it out. We got some really great stuff over there as well. Okay, guys. Anyway, it is time to get going. Much love to you guys. Have a great night. Hopefully I'll see you guys in a couple hours. We will see, okay? But it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Talk to you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.